God versus Satan. Before there were brothers, kings, or nations at war, this rivalry was already unfolding. This rivalry doesn't start with armies. It starts with a question. In a garden that lacks nothing, a voice asks, "Did God actually say?" Genesis 3:1. That's how the conflict begins, not with force, but with doubt. Satan doesn't deny God's existence. He challenges God's goodness, God's authority, and humanity's trust. And in that moment, the fracture enters the world. From there, the rivalry stretches across the entire Bible. In Job, Satan appears not as a cartoon villain, but as an accuser. He stands before God and questions human loyalty itself. Does Job fear God for no reason? Job 1:9-11. The implication is chilling. Obedience, he claims, is just self-interest. God allows the test, not because Satan is equal, but because truth doesn't fear exposure. That distinction matters. This is not a rivalry between equals. Satan is not God's opposite. He is a created being in rebellion, limited, temporary, accountable. Across Israel's history, the pattern repeats. Temptation, idolatry, deception. Satan doesn't always show up loudly. Often he simply redirects worship from God to something safer, more manageable, more controllable. Then everything changes. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. John 1:14. God doesn't shout from heaven. He steps into history, and Satan confronts him directly in the wilderness. 3 temptations, 3 attempts to shortcut obedience, and every time, Jesus refuses. Matthew 4:1-11. No spectacle, no compromise. At the cross, it looks like Satan has finally won. The Son of God is executed. Darkness covers the land. But Jesus says something that reframes everything. Now is the judgment of this world. Now the ruler of this world will be cast out. John 12:31. What looks like defeat is actually disarming. Scripture says the cross disarmed the rulers and authorities and put them to open shame. Colossians 2:15. The weapon Satan used from the beginning, accusation, loses its power. Revelation pulls the curtain back even further. Satan is cast down. Revelation 12:7-9. And in the end, he is judged and destroyed forever. Revelation 20:10. Evil is real, but it is not eternal. This rivalry ends without suspense. God's victory is not uncertain, delayed, or fragile. It is assured. And that's the final revelation. The Bible is not a story of equal forces battling for control. It is the story of a defeated enemy who hasn't accepted the verdict yet.